And there you go. I'm sick of congers now. I'm putting out a double peeler, hopefully to get a bass or maybe a codlin. What I'm going to do now is attempt to put it a little bit further to get it out in that channel. Go on. There you go. So there's a fish on there. That was the one I had that bite on just a minute ago. The fish is running, it's taking line. Nice. All happens when you move the rods back, you see. There's another big conger. But we're on the fish. I'm going to take my time with this one. I've got my other line as well. Oh yeah, it's a double. Come on, son. Don't worry, this won't harm him on the sand. Just taking a conger for a walk, everyone. Just your normal behaviour, yeah? Welcome back, everyone. Surprise! Yeah, you know it's me. No, it's a little bit of a surprise because it was due all week. This is Friday, by the way. It was due to hammer down with rain and 50 miles per hour wind. As you can see, the sun's shining and it's probably got a 15 to 20, but it's nice. It's not too bad. But we're out again at Burnham-on-Sea in the mud. Obviously, recently I caught that lovely big conger here. Yeah, but welcome back. Welcome back to the mighty Bristol channel. As you can see, I've got my rods up. They have no reels on them just yet. What I'm going to do is sort my stuff out, get some baits in the water, because that's mightily important when you're creating content like this for YouTube. When I bring you back, I'll talk about me, I'll talk about you, I'll talk about my techniques, my hopes, my dreams, and the reason why I'm back out here today. I'll run over my rigs, I'll talk through my bait, but most importantly, I'll get you on the rods and hopefully we can catch a few fish. It's just gone low water. That's a positive side. High water is 3:30 this afternoon and it's just gone 9 o'clock. So we've got a nice go at it, a nice few hours out here in the wind, hopefully in the sunshine, hopefully without rain. But yeah, we've definitely got a chance. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Bristol channel. The key is to not put anything on the mud. As I've said to you before, if you come to Burnham-on-Sea and you've never been here before, come with someone who knows what they're doing. Today it looks okay, but if I step on there or step on a soft patch, I could be up to my waist. I forgot that was called then. Putting out the vibe. Yeah, I forgot that part of my body. I used to be a personal trainer and a football coach professionally, and I forgot what that was. Now you know why I struggle in life. Anyway, rig wise, I'll tell you that in a minute. See, I'm going mad. Rod wise, welcome back, Wayne. Welcome back. I haven't been drinking. I've been doing really well, actually. I'm out running, I'm looking out for myself, and I'm feeling good. It's definitely a shit time of year to try and be healthy in December, but I'm doing A-okay. Back to the fishing. I hope you're doing all right, because I think about all of you all the time. I mean it as well. I appreciate it. We're all friends. I only get to see some of you sometimes. You get to see me all the time, and I'm very sorry about that. If I could change it, I would. Anyway, with AI in a few years' time, we may all be able to sit together and watch some fishing, but probably won't have people like me doing it anymore. Probably be just a computer. Anyway, back to the fishing. I'm talking crap. Right, rods. Competition performance, as we've seen in 2 of my previous videos. I'm really enjoying just using different rods at the moment. competition performance, paired up with my Fathom 15s, £25 ultra cast, £80 shock leader. Where are we? Burnham-on-Sea. Bridgewater Bay, as you can see, all the way around. Sorry, I'm turning my back to you. I'm just sorting my reels out. Hinkley Point. If that goes up, we're all doomed. So I'm actually fishing into the River Parrett and the River Brew, where the Somerset levels empties out. As I mentioned in a previous video, Somerset has had probably the most rain, or pretty much it has on record for 2023. Chew Valley Lake is full and overflowing, and where we live, that's a great indication on how much water we've actually had. What that can do to the fishing is, naturally, too much fresh water can be a problem. Luckily, I'm fishing the flooding tide. So what that means is the salt water is coming in, hopefully, and pushing the brackish, fresh, clean water back up into the rivers. Let's hope. As we've done before, I'll show you in a minute, once I'm set up, we have a big sandbar out there. Once that is covered, the fish turn up. As I've said to you before, here at low water mark, where you must take care and come with someone who knows what they are doing. Once that sandbank covers, we get a run of fish, normally. As I've said to you before, you've got to try and keep everything off of the mud. So it's like a balancing act. Oh, I almost forgot my Christmas decks. Great, isn't he? He, they, that's Father Christmas. He's a man. He's got a penis, so he's a man. Let's put him on the rod rest. I'll be back. Right, rigs. So after last time I came here, I caught that lovely conger eel. And as I said at the time, I needed to beef up my rigs. And it worked. As you know by now, I don't really like using wire trace unless I'm fishing for taupe. So what I've got here is a 6-foot pulley. Actually, this one's a 5-foot pulley. I think you know my rigs by now. And a 7-ounce gripper. As I've said, it's quite a small tide for here. It's 8.8 meters, but it will still pull, especially with the excess water we've got. The new lines are fantastic. Back in the day, when I was young, if you used a 150-pound rig body, it would be like rope. But I'm not sure how they do it. I know I work for the trade, but I've not looked into it. I don't know how they make these super strong lines so thin. An abrasive resistance, which is fabulous. To the business end, I got a 7.0 J hook and a 5.0 circle to 150-pound hook length. Yes, we have got a chance of a big conger eel today. I'm going to be fishing like that on both. Straightforward stuff. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And fingers and thumbs. Right, bait wise, now we're going to go for it. All right. So on one, I'm going to be fishing peeler crab. Frozen peelers that I've done myself. There you go, there's a big bag of them, 20 in there. Let's get them used, get them out there. On the second rod, we're going big, everyone. We are going big or going home. Like 1:30 in a horrible nightclub. You just got to do it. Got to take one for the team, and that is us. Right, here we go. From Chesil Beach the other day, we got a pouting, half a whiting, 2 whiting, and some more pouting. What I'm going to do in a minute, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to defrost these a little bit more. I'm going to hook one up and underarm it in the channel, and we are walking it back. a bit like Jules, we may need a bigger beach. But yeah, I'm gonna flop that out there. And with the other one, I'm gonna fish with peeler crabs, keep changing the baits probably every hour. As it's peelers, I'll probably put 2 or 3 on. Just mix it up all day. Hopefully, we can get a take on a whole painting, meaning big fish. And there you go, there's my bait. Diddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Don't know what that music was. Basically, it's a painting. What I'm gonna do is fish big on one and peeler crab on the other. Hopefully, we can get things that almost pull me in. Not pull me off, that's something totally different. That's back to the nightclub. I was dropping my pouting in the mud. But yeah, what I'm aiming to do today is walk a big bait back pretty much to the top of the tide. Probably half a pouting, that's a little bit small. I'm gonna chop up a big whiting and get us into a specimen fish. This beach has been famous over the last probably 30, 40 years for chucking up massive conger. It doesn't mean I'm gonna get one. And like everything, recently, they've not really been here, but there's definitely a chance. So if I fish for them, I've got a chance. And as I've said, on the other rod, I'm just gonna put out peeler crabs, hoping for a big fat cod. But as you know yourself, a big cod, a thornback ray, a dogfish, or even a pouting up here in the Bristol Channel will attack another pouting. But look, that's enough talking, that's enough waffling. Let's get on with the fishing. That's it, that's the plans. We're here for 5 to 6 hours, so let's get it on. So I'm using my old camera. I'm actually just using a GoPro today, so it may not look as good as normal, but we're having a go. There's my pouting. Hello everyone. Yep, that's me. Imagine being me. It's endless. So yeah, you've got to keep everything off of the mud. I've walked down, it's probably 2 or 3 inches of mud today, which is not too bad, but it does get on your ankles, then it's on your knees, you touch your legs, before you know it, you scratch your head, and it's everywhere. Right, as we've done before, snip it just in front of the eyes, take the tail off to stop it spinning, take all the fins off. Pop a few holes in it, as we've done before. Skin is there to protect you. If I put that out whole, what's gonna happen? All the juices, all the flavors are gonna stay inside. Yes, you could probably catch a fish, but doing it this way, I've got 5 or 6 of them, I can keep changing them if I need to. But I see a lot of people just get a whole mackerel, just lob it out there. Skin is great at protecting blood and guts from coming out. That's why we're alive. So then I get my 7-0 going big. In through the side, up through by the gills to keep the mouth shut and the gills shut. Bait elastic, heavy. It's a great way of fishing, you know. I caught this on Chesil Beach. It's cost me nothing. Obviously it cost me bait at the time. As I've said to you before, when the fishing is really hard, what we can do is match a hatch. Sometimes the fish switch off, but they're not really going to turn a nice pouting or a whiting down. As we say in the fishing world, sometimes they can switch off to natural baits. When there's loads of whiting running, or there's loads of blow lug, you try and stick a peeler crab out, they don't want it. All right. The big congers up here chase the whiting. What we find, as soon as you start catching a few pins, you get bit off, and then we know the conger are here. I'm just gonna tie it off. So I've got a new ring, as you know, I'm married, but yeah, my old wedding ring, I think it shrank. Can you put weight on your fingers? I don't know, but it wouldn't fit, put it that way. I think I squat it loads of times. So my wife bought me another ring. This one's a health one. So sorry I look like a goth, but it reads all your blood pressure and that. Just something else to worry about, isn't it? But yeah, it monitors my sleep. It just says you have 1 hour, 2 hours. No, it's meant to be good for me. But let me just get the circle hook in here a minute before I make a right mess of it, mate. And there we go. It's still frozen, but we've got a chance. And there you go, everyone. There's a lovely painting. I'm just going to plop that out there, probably 30, 40 yards out. Hopefully I can get into a conger eel, maybe a bass, or even a big cod.
Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't leave now, we might never make it out alive. Plans are changing, rearranging.
And there we are, the first one's in. Just on the edge of the riverbank, probably 30, 40 yards out. As I've said to you before, remember what you're stood on is a natural feature. That tide is pushing from that sandbar out there, pushing in, pushing right up against this bank. You can see it yourself. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. Definitely need ratchets on today. If I pick up a nice fish, even in 8 meters of tide, it will pull my rod in, and we don't want that. Well, now we're fishing. So for my second bait, I've got a frozen peeler crab. As you can see, I like to individually wrap them, and I take out the lungs. I put a little bit of clean film around them, and then I vat pack them. It's a lot of messing around, but I find it works. Just got a little bit of shell left on. Must have been lazy with this one. But yeah, I've also got some ice or an ice block in my cool box. The last thing I want to do is bring out 20 peelers and only use 5 or 6. It's not too bad when they're alive because you can just put them back in the fridge. But when they're frozen, the last thing I want to do is waste 10 or 15 peelers at £1 each. Let me get my rig a minute. A decent YouTuber, which I'm not, I'm just a fisherman who takes a camera with me, would have this all sorted. Well, now I can see 3 anglers walking out towards me. It's going to be a busy one. Hopefully they leave me alone. As you know by now, I like fishing on my own. Well, with all you guys, I like my own space. No one bothers me, eh? Hopefully. And there we go. It's the second one. We've definitely got a chance of a cod today, or a nice bass, or a doggy, or a conger, or a fawny. Look, it could fish hard, but I'm gonna have a go. And that's what it's all about, and that's what I try and say to you guys. Make a plan, come out and stick to it. 5 o'clock this morning, I was editing videos for us, thinking, I'm absolutely gutted I can't get out for 3 or 4 days. And the sun come up and the winds dropped, so unbelievable. So here we are. Anyway, let's get that one out. There's a whole peeler crab ready to go out here at Burnham-on-Sea. Yo folks. So I've just been slack lined on the left hand one. Don't get too excited. It could be because I cast it quite far out. So what you need to do, now that sandbar is virtually covered, the tide's going to rip through here. So that could just be the lead breaking out. Maybe I've got a little bit of weed coming through, but it could be a fish. So what I'm going to do now is leave you on. I'm going to pick up the rod and lean into it. It's been out there probably half an hour anyway, so I need to rebait it because this one is the one with the peeler crab. That one is a pouting, probably 30, 40 yards. I accidentally cast this probably 100 yards and it's in the rip. So it might not be a fish, but it's broke me out and gone right down tide. So let's have a look, shall we? It might be a bit of weed. I don't know. There could be something there. Oh, could be a bit of weight. Could just be a bit of weed. As you can see out the line. Oh, I'll sort that out. Oh. Because we've had all the fresh water come into the system, it can be hard work here. Look at the conditions. It's like 50-mile-an-hour winds now, as expected, but at least it's not raining. But yeah, it's horrible. I've got to try not to stop you. I've got to try, sorry, to stop you falling over. But I was just going to tighten up on this pouting and remove it, and I noticed it's come right down tide. I'm not sure, but I could have a ray or something on here. I only chucked it 30-40 yards. No, I think it's just the weight of the fish. For a minute there I thought I had a fish on, but it's just weed again. That wind's terrible. What the hell? More like, it's like hurricane. Right, I'll keep concentrating. I might have to put you away for a bit until we get a fish. This is insane. I've never seen it kick up. Well, I have, but this is crazy. Woohoo! And look at that, everyone. That's how quick it can change here in the Bristol Channel. I've never really seen it change that quick. That was like being in Scotland or Norway. I could hear it coming and it just rattled up through the channel, and now it's probably 40 to 50 miles per hour wind straight in my face. Luckily where I'm fishing, firstly, I'm already set up. I've done all the boring bits, so now it's just fishing. I'm sat on the box holding you up because I'm only using my GoPro, so I've got to hold on to you to make sure you don't fall in the mud. But look, that's how quick it can change here. Imagine being in a boat. As you've seen, 1 minute it was flat calm, southwesterly. Now it's probably a 40, 45 miles an hour northerly, straight in the face. But that's fishing. This is why we love it. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to watch the rods, and if I get any action, I'll bring you straight back. But thank God for mics, and thank God I got my seat box and I can sit on it and hold you guys up. And there you go. Look at that double peeler. That wind's gone now. I brought in that pouting bait. It's been out there an hour. What I like to do when I use peeler crab, especially when they're frozen, is double them up. Frozen ones are, you know, fine, but I think naturally they're not as good as fresh, and they don't hold their juices very well. So I like to double them up and give it a go. But we've got a chance. Been fishing for just over an hour. I've not had a bite, but we don't mind that, do we? We're putting baits out there and we're trying. What I'm going to do now is drop this out. And there you go, that's a nice chunk of whiting. Let's get it out there in that tide. As you can see, that wind's dropped right out now and the tide's slowed down. So what I need to do, hit it a little bit further, because I know I'm not going to get pushed around or broken out by weed or debris from the river. Hopefully the fishing should start to pick up. Get it out there. Nothing fancy, just as the tide slowed down, I should be able to get it a little bit further in all that weed. And there we go. That's a big bait. Boom. Out in that tide. That's a nice bit of whiting. I was just moving the rods back, and this one on the crab has been completely slack-lined. I just look around, it's flat on the beach. Hopefully it's a cod. There we go. We're definitely into a fish. I don't want to catch my other rod. Oh, it's a conger, I think. That's all right. Take my time. There's another big conger, but we're on the fish. I'm going to take my time with this one. I've got my other line as well. It's wiped me out. This is a nightmare situation. I'm being honest. I'm not sure what I can do here. And I turned around to lower my box, and this one was slack on the beach. As I went to pick the rod up, it just tightened up and shot off down tide. The trouble is, I've wiped out my other line, which is never good. Especially when you're on your own. But this could be a ray, or it could be a big conger, but I'm just going to take my time. It's taking a double crab. I'm just going to take my time like before. I'm not sure what it is. I know some of you love it when I'm like, it's a cod, it's a conger, it's a ray. I'm not saying nothing. See if we can be lucky again, hey? Right, I'll sort this mess out, I'll bring you back. I've got my two rods, a conger and everything, and the right mat. Oh yeah, it's a double. Come on, son. Don't worry, this won't harm him on the sand. Just taking a conger for a walk, everyone. Just your normal behaviour, yeah? It's Hinkley Point. And there we go, everyone. We're on the fish. He's absolutely nailed that peeler crabbler right in the kisser. Have some of that, mate. Whoa, lovely job. But look how fat they are. Gorging on those whiting. Anyway, that's a beautiful conger reel. Just over £10, I'd say. Not a specimen like last time, but a beautiful fat fish on a day like today, where I'm very lucky to be out. But thanks, Mr. Conger. What I'm going to do now is get this little chap unhooked. As you can see, he's hooked right in the lip on the bottom hook, just the way we like him. As you can see, everyone, it's just started to rain, which is nice. But there you go, we're on the fish. I'm not blanking. There you go, there's a nice bit of whiting. What I'm going to do now is try and put one a little bit further back in that channel now the tide's slowed down. This is definitely a good time. As you see, we just had that conger reel, and where that eel is, there's some bigger ones out there, I can assure you. So there we go, half a whiting. Let's get it out there. What I'm going to do now is get this one out there. Let's put a little bit more power into it, see if I can get it out in that channel. Where there's one, there's more. Go on, son. There you go. That's half a whiting out in that tide. Oh, it's raining really hard. Anyway, we're on the fish, everyone. Thanks for watching. As you can see, I've just been rained on massively. You all right, everyone? You doing all right? You still awake? Yeah, I've just been hankered down, sat on my box, getting soaked. So on this one, I've got half a whiting. The one I put a little bit further. On this one, I've got a chunk of whiting. What I'm going to do in a minute is mix it up. Oh, there's a bite then. There's a bite on the right hand rod, right hand culet. That's a conger on that whiting I stuck out. Woohoo! Look at that. A bite on camera. Slacking me off a bit. That was that one I put long, that half a whiting. Looked like a conger bite. That's strange. Hopefully you picked that up on camera. Can't see it leaving that whiting. Just tighten up on it. Might have dropped me down tide looking at it. No. Wow. What the hell? Let's put that back. That's strange. How is that possible? That was a decent bite. Wow. Hopefully it's not just bit me straight off. That's a £150 hook length, so I doubt it. Let's give it a bit of line. That's pretty insane. Normally they just buckle over. So I was just saying, I've got whiting on both. I'll give it 10 minutes and put a peeler crab out. Look, anyway, if that fish comes back, I'll bring it back. That's right on cue. I've just moved the rods back and the right hand one, look, fish is running. I just need to pull back. See, there's a fish on there. That's the one I had that bite on just a minute ago. The fish is running, it's taking line. Nice. All happens when you move the rods back, you see. That was about a quarter of an hour ago, that fish. And now it seems to be back. I'll wait for it to run again. It's definitely taking line. Can't have dropped it again. Surely. Let's have a look. It was running just a minute ago. What have we got? Is it still there? Yeah, we're into fish now. And there we are, yeah. I'm not sure what this is. Probably. It's strange that it came back, so I reckon it might be a fawny. But you know I like to play this guessing game. Might be a fawny, I'll get it up on top. On the whiting. Free bait from Chesil Beach. Yeah, buddy. Feels more like a fawny, this one. It's a little bit further out as well. It's coming in. What have we got? I'd say Thornback Ray would be my best guess. Right, now it's stopped raining, I'm going to turn you around to front us up, eh? We're on a fish, everyone. Oh. Oh. And there you go, everyone. This one's took me down tide, but we've got another reel. He's got the whiting hanging out of his mouth. What I'm going to do is sort this fish out and I'll show you it. It's similar size, but we're on the fish. Sorry about the rain. It's all come at once. The rod was over the other one. It's raining, but we're on the fish. Woohoo! And there you go, everyone. There's my second conger reel on my Chesil Beach whiting here at Burnham-on-Sea. Look at that. I've got them right in the kisser. Have some of that, my son. Anyway, that's a beautiful fish. Let's unhook him and get him straight back. And there you go. I'm sick of congers now. I'm putting out a double peeler, hopefully to get a bass or maybe a codlin. What I'm going to do now is attempt to put it a little bit further to get it out in that channel. Go on. There you go. Try and get it in that channel, in that tide. So what happens is when you lose the tide, you want to get in the tide. I know that sounds contradictory, but you know what I mean. You all right? What a nice morning. As I said, we're about an hour before high. And I've had 3 bites. Lucky I got that right. Had to check. And 2 fish. I think the second bite was a conger eel because I left it for a quarter of an hour and it came back, which is quite strange. So who knows? But yeah, fishing's good. I'm at Burnham-on-Sea. I've used about 8 or 9 frozen peelers and some old whiting that I caught on Chesil Beach. So don't forget to, when you catch a few whiting and they don't go back, take a few, you know, if you catch quite a lot, and use them as bait. It's free, and obviously the conger are in here matching the hatch on those whiting. But look, I'll keep fishing, I'll keep trying. I've only been fishing for about 3 hours. I'm enjoying myself. The sun's been out, it's been raining, it's been windy. Now it's quite nice, but I'll keep fishing. And there you go. We're just coming up to high water now. We're about 20 minutes before high. And what I've done is chopped up a painting and I'm putting half a painting out. As I like to tell you all the time, conger eels in the Bristol Channel feed at the top of the tide and at low water. Just because at the sheer size of them, they don't really like it when the tide's ripping. So what I'm going to do, stick this big conger bait out. I've just put double peeler on the other one. We're going to sit back, relax. Once that water comes in and it starts dropping back out, I will definitely make my way off of this beach.
As you can see everyone, the sun come out from my last cast. We just gone high water and I've decided to do my outro at home because my hands were frozen off and my camera was playing up. Thanks again for joining me at Burnham-on-Sea. As you can see, I caught some lovely fish and I really hope you enjoyed this video. So take care for now and I will look forward to seeing you somewhere else very soon. Thanks for all your support and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.